My name is Johannes Schultz. I'm a cognitive neuroscientist from Bonn in Germany. I had a research center that studies neuroeconomics and social decision making. I come from various places. I was born in Germany, grew up in French-speaking Switzerland, then moved to the UK, moved back to Germany, back to UK, back to Germany. So I moved around a bit, and I'm interested in social cognition in general, how people decide to interact with each other and how they make decisions together. And in this project here, DIGYMATEX, I'm particularly interested in how social cognition develops in adolescence. So that's not my professional background, but it's very interesting because the social skills are very important later on. And if there would be one thing that I'm most interested in is perhaps how social responsibility develops and prosocial attitudes develop in teenagers, and whether digital media have a role to play in that. Probably yes. And if yes, then how? And how can we help kids become better social agents by helping them to use digital media better? Right, so I'm leader of work package 3, and that's looking at cognitive capacities and how they relate to digital maturity. So the idea is to gather from teenagers, but also some adults as a control group, or young adults are kind of a prolongation of adolescence, how their cognitive functions relate to digital maturity. So things like concentration, attention, social learning, things like that. And so we help other groups pick the right tasks to quantify these skills, and we will also acquire fMRI data to link these competencies and digital maturity skills to brain structure and perhaps function as well. So that's what we're planning to do. I mean, for kids, what they should know about is whether it's good for them or bad. And so I have a son who's 8, and I'm a bit liberal with screen time and internet use, and I'm more interested, instead of limiting giving him strong rules, I'm more interested in seeing what he does, what he's interested in, and in guiding his interests. Because many times he learns about really interesting things that are even interesting to me, and I can then comment on that, and I can complete sometimes the content that he sees there. So I think it's important for them to learn how to grow up with the digital world, because they can't avoid it. So instead of being restrictive and saying this is bad for you, this is bad, I try to help him to deal with it, including with things like addiction, like whether he wants to watch it all the time. I'll tell him at some point you have to stop, because otherwise this happens. For example, emotional instability afterwards, just more angry or can't control his emotions so much, and say, see, this is because you watched too long videos before, things like that.